the underdog, he's probably still going to get a ton of people betting channel points on him just because he's, to be fair, he deserves it. He's a really nice guy. He's plays a character that we don't see often. But here we go, game 1 on Battlefield. Moky starting off pretty well.
Yeah, the edge guarding in particular, I feel like a lot of players have really fleshed out against Pikachu. So that's where Axe really can get a lot of mileage if the opponent does not really edge guard Pikachu as well as it should.
Looks like Axe might have had a bit of a flub on the edge guard. I think he was trying to get a forward tilt, but got a jab instead. But still in decent shape here. See what the edge guard looks like. Ooh, the up air into another one for good measure.
Dude, Pikachu is so crazy in the way that Pikachu can edge guard. You know, you can just jump all the way out there, and it's kind of like Falcon-esque where you jump out there with a soft knee. Except Pikachu can basically snap all the way back and then react to what edge guard option that you've done, or what recovery option you've done. So it's always crazy, man. It must be very scary on the opposing end.
Oh yeah, it's tough to deal with as a fox. Ooh, okay, good shine stall from Moky. That's one of those scary situations where Pikachu gets you off stage. It doesn't really matter what percent you're at all. You could be dead if you don't play it right. So Moky taking that relatively safe and gets the edge guard. So that's one of the main edge guards that we've been seeing against Pikachu recently, is just going for the edge hog, forcing Pikachu on stage. And as long as Pikachu doesn't go too far on stage, then you can usually get a punish after, as we saw there.
Yeah. Oh, those retreating down air has been very good for Moky's end too. Just a lot of like well-spaced aerials to beat out when Pikachu wants to run in with neutral air. That has been working out well.
For sure.
Yeah, and then Axe is also really respecting the ledge dash range that Moky's been doing. Oh man, a little bit of a lucky position for Axe there, but we'll clean up that stock.
Okay, Moky not trying to get too crazy on the edge guard. Manages to just get an up throw. Strong back air is actually going to take it.
Yeah. Oh, look at the Pikachu dash dance is so scary, especially when you see them kind of like staying so low to the ground and waiting for you to do an aerial, and then you're going to get sharked if you do a wrong one. That's got to be a really scary place to be on the Fox's end. But Moky is not really too frightened, it feels like.
Yeah, he's playing it smart, where he's not trying to overextend, but he's also not giving up too much space to Axe, right? Like, he's still threatening pretty well.
Right. Oh, yeah, good recognition that that the Pikachu's going to be able to land on the top platform. Getting the grab instead. Ooh.
Okay, with some clean movement to sneak to that ledge for the Edgehog just in time, and solid 2-stock in game 1. Moky looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, that kind of ledge snag you don't really see too often against the Pikachus, because I think there's a huge fear of getting reversaled, right? Like if you mess it up even a little bit, especially as Fox, you're gonna drop down just a tiny bit away from the ledge, and suddenly you're getting neutral aired, and then you're like a little bit off against Pikachu. So the wherewithal to be able to do that from Moky's end, especially in a last stock situation, that's a good sign. That's a good sign for Moky fans.
Definitely shows that he's comfortable with the Pikachu matchup, and that's huge. And yeah, especially on Battlefield, because on Battlefield, if you go for an Edgehog like that, and Pikachu happens to get there first or hit you with a hitbox, you could be under the stage, and then you could just be dead at any percent.
Right.
So
very true.
Nicely done.
How do you feel about the FOD pick versus FD?
Damn. I mean, Axe clearly is very comfortable with FOD, and I think it's still pretty good for the matchup. I think FD's better, but maybe he's kind of just saving FD for the potential elimination game.
True. Yeah, saving like a huge counter pick like that for later on can be a strat, and FOD's also really strong. So.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Catches that down air. Oh, and Moky trying to fade around that forward tilt, but that hitbox is wild. It actually extends a lot further than it looks. So very difficult to fade around that.
Yeah, it's more like a timing thing. You want to kind of trick up when they're going to do the forward tilt and then space around that, because the hitbox is pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty generous on the edge guarding.
Oh. Yeah. Uh-oh. Bad spot for Moky potentially. Oh, and that
no.
forward tilt once again. And yeah, the classic Axe edge guard.
Yeah.
Now it's a pretty huge lead for Axe.
And Moky tried to do the Shine Stall too, so the edge guarding and the recovery is a little bit tricky from Moky's end, but Axe is just one step ahead, as we've been seeing with versus Faces. So
yeah, especially on Fountain. Okay. All right, that should kill. Yeah, just barely. So Moky still got a chance to go up 2-0, but it's going to be tough.
Oh man, and also that up air out of shield is deceptively fast. If you do something a little bit unsafe, suddenly you're just being comboed. Like this, suddenly you're off the stage. And even with the Shine Stall.
Yeah. Oh! Wow. Okay, so if Axe's up B had hit Moky during his up B, then maybe he could have survived somehow, but I kind of like the idea for Moky. Just, you're in an extremely bad spot. You have to do something to disrupt the edge guard, or else you're dead for sure. So he goes for that counter shine, even knowing that it's going to put him too low to recover, and then maybe he happens to get clipped by Axe's up B and get another chance to up B or something. You gotta do what you can when you're basically screwed.
Yeah, there's really not too much you could have done. Like you said, Moky did as much as you could. The forward air from Axe was pretty genius because it didn't have enough like knockback to send him onto the stage and be able to tech. So you just kind of dragged him down like an ultimate drag down with the forward air, and then continued the edge guarder from there. So that was really smart from Axe's end.
Yeah. Great edge guard, of course, as we're used to seeing from Axe, especially on Fountain. But now we got Stadium and another hot start from Moky.
Yeah.
Oh, like that little running shine there.
The real difficulty is getting that KO because, again, getting the edge guard on Pikachu is so tricky with a lot of characters. So building up this percent is almost like half the battle sometimes. There you go. Okay, it gets dash attack up air.
Yeah, if at all possible, Moky's gonna want to kill with up air and up smash so that he doesn't have to try to do these tricky edge guards, because, as you said, they're rough against Pikachu sometimes.
Right. Ooh! Oh,
Moky!
The extension! Oh, man!
Trying to make some Twitter clips in tournament, and the shine for good. Moky looking so strong in this game 3.
Yeah, the combo extension was really smart with the first hit up air. That was This is where the practice is coming in. We know that Moky's been playing a lot with people like Tyler Swift and just getting like some of these very specific combo trees down versus Falcon, or versus Pikachu rather, and that's really crazy to see in tournament now.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. I mean, Moky with enough of a lead that it shouldn't be a huge deal here, but he's got to shake this off.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't end up dying, so he's actually good to go.
Yeah, that's a huge deal.
Yeah. That would have been Axe's chance to open up a comeback here. Still not impossible, but got a lot tougher there.
Yeah, and you can see Axe opting for like the back throw as opposed to the up throw and continuing off a platform because he respects the defensive play from Moky so much that he'd rather just opt to try to take like a 50-50 off stage.
Yeah. Oh, another dash attack to up air. And I like that Moky knows the spots to let the dash attack rip, because you would think against Pikachu it's a very risky option. I mean, because it is a very risky option, but if you know for a fact that you can land it, then it can lead directly to one of the best kill options that Fox has in the matchup, which is the up air. So, oh my goodness, wow, solid 3-stock. So
yeah, and then the way that he did it was pretty ambiguous which side of Pikachu was going to be on before the up tilt happened, right? Like you could have thought maybe I could get a punish because he's on the right side as opposed to the left side of where he was at. So that was a crazy little mix up and where he was at, and then getting the up tilt before getting the KO. Crazy.
Yeah. Great stuff from Moky, who's looked very strong in both of the matches that he's won so far. But of course, we got the FD counter pick still waiting in the wings from Axe. Have to imagine that's where we're going now. And then the good news for Moky is he does have the counter pick advantage being up in this set. So if he can, even if he does end up losing on FD, the chain grab's so strong and difficult to overcome, he's still got a great shot as long as he can keep up this same kind of game plan in game 5.
It does feel like the Foxes in general are getting a lot stronger against the versus FD counter pick and all over the matchups, but it's still such a strong counter pick because of how strong the punish game is going to be, as we're going to see right now in this game 4 with the Axe FD counter pick.
Yep. All right, and there's a grab. Moky opting to DI back on stage there, which is likely just going to give Axe the kill, yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, right? Where if you if you get grabbed near the edge, you can DI off stage, but then you're off stage against a Pikachu of Axe's caliber. Like, that's not where you want to be either.
No,
So,
definitely not. I think in general it might be harder for Axe to get the edge guard than it might be to get the chain grab, but that was a clean start for Moky. So maybe that's what Moky is thinking, like, hey, at least you have to read my, you know, where I'm going to be recovering as opposed to getting an up smash to the stage. So
yeah. Yeah, that was super nice for Moky on that last kill. He actually did a down throw regrab, so kind of an unorthodox option for Fox, but sometimes when you need that little extra percent to make sure that you'll be able to up throw up air for the kill, it's a good option for sure.
yeah, again, DIing out, it's just, it's like you said, what are you supposed to do? If you DI in, you're going to get chain grab for sure, and Pikachu has the ability to get the up smash after, so DIing always seems like at least you're introducing some possibility here.
It's
so.
it's a tough spot either way for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh. I like that tech from Moky. Oh, okay, and that actually does manage to edgehog that roll animation, lasting just long enough, even though he did it fairly early there. But the grab is going to lead right away to the up smash, and Axe's game to lose right now.
Yeah. Oh no, and the quick jabs after the forward air? We've seen so many stocks just get taken away when you're below the stage, and Axe just does the multi-jab, so that's lucky for Moky that he didn't get the KO right away from that. Back throw. Just a little bit too slow on getting the up air.
Oh, wow, that soft reverse nair into the grab gets a couple pummels to confirm enough percent. Moky might actually be able to pull this off on FD.
That's wild.
It would actually be ridiculous, but it's looking doable.
Oh, man.
Okay. Uh-oh. Wow, what a sidestep for Moky. Knowing that that grab was coming at just enough time.
Just using these lasers so smartly, trying to catch the attack in with the neutral air. Oh, gets the grab, down throw to continue a tech chase. Doesn't happen.
Ooh, doesn't quite get it, but he's in good shape right now. One more strong hit or a grab might do it.
Oh, no!
Axe with the unfortunate flub on the recovery there, but Moky is going to take it 3-1, managing to bring back an FD game